right. Well, with our stewardship campaign this year, we are doing our ministry minutes a little bit differently, everybody. So today I have Mark and Edith Wilkins with me for our stewardship minutes. So Edith and Mark, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Maybe just share a little bit about how you guys started here at Christ Church.
Well, Edith went on a mission to find a church, and Chris, we live in Castle Rock. We've lived here since 2014, and I had lived here way back in the 80s for several years. But Edith decided it was time to go searching, and she did, and find she did.
Well, this was when we had moved. We moved from Highlands Ranch to Castle Rock and wanted something close. And so that's why I went out looking. And actually, Christ Church is the first one that I had gone to. And that was it. And then I brought Mark along, and Father Brian, we came and met with you, and the rest is history.
You know, I've heard that a lot from people that they intended to shop around and they found Christ Church, and that was their first and only stop. So,
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you all with us. Our theme this year for stewardship is faith-filled generosity. What comes to mind when you hear that theme?
Well, I think our faith teaches us to be generous with the gifts that we have been blessed with, whether it's health, to get up, go around, help people, or whether it's financial resources to help through the church, other ways, but also through the church. So that's, you know, we feel like that flows from our faith.
Yeah, just the way it should be, so to speak, and it seems to be playing out that way all the time we've been there. It's very nice, very rewarding, actually.
Great. Well, the next question is what connects you to the church, and why do you all give to Christ Episcopal Church?
Well, actually, honestly, sometimes when you're doing that initial interview, you really don't know the congregation, you don't know the people, you know a few players, but even from the very beginning, sitting in your office and a couple people coming up and down the hallway and saying hi, and then being at the church and seeing the type of people that are there and instantly getting to know them, and they were very outgoing and warmly welcoming, I can tell you that. So it was a very pleasant place to stake a foothold, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. All right. Edith, anything on that? Or?
Well, yeah, I will have to say just the informality of the church, yourself, how easy it is to connect and worship and grow together in faith. That's, for me, that's really connecting, not feeling intimidated, because we have belonged to churches that are very formal. I grew up in such a church, very formal, very British, very intimidating. And this is very easy. Like I don't want to use the cliche, but like an old pair of slippers, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The leadership there is, I don't want to say it's unique, but it is unique. It's quite a group of people that you have there, starting with yourself, the vestry and everyone that is involved. You know, the teaching aspect, the learning aspect, the prayer, the sermon, everything is quite nice. I mean, nice isn't even the right word. It's what you'd expect and more.
Mm-hmm.
It connects with us. Certainly your homilies are very relevant to normal life, and very definitely in these very uncertain times we live in, very much resonates, and provides more, I would say, more of an incentive to continue to do the things that we are taught and we learn to do when you reinforce those things. And that's, so the connection, yeah, and you look forward, we look forward to that.
Yeah.
I will have to also say, a lot of other people in the church do the same thing. You go away feeling very warm and fuzzy, even though we're these days we're not physically together.
Yeah. Yeah, and that leads me to the next question is, in what ways do you all connect, or have you been able to connect during these COVID times? Because it's a very different time. We can't go just sit in the office and visit anymore, can we?
Yeah, we talk to several different members regularly. I'm going to give you an example of a connection that caught me by surprise, and it's COVID related also. About 30 days into COVID, I would say, I'm just going to, off the top of my head, say it was close to April. One morning, I got a call from one of the vestry members. And I thought, okay, what did I do wrong? Or, what's going on? Well, the call was, we're very concerned about you. Are you okay? Is Edith okay? How are things going? Do you have any thoughts on this? Do you have questions? Anything I can help with? And it was a great 15, 20-minute conversation. And I thought, wow, that felt good. That felt like somebody really wants to know what's cooking here with me. Right. It was a great, very, very relevant, very, very neat.
Wonderful.
Well, aside from, the Zoom meetings, worshiping via Zoom, going through, and again, taking, I don't want to say direction, but taking lead from some of the people who have been at the church for a while. I know, I started the discernment process for Daughters of the King. And so that too has been another connection for me that has been really rewarding, and keeps me connected on quite a deep level, and is helping me on the journey that I set out to take.
There's another thing that I just thought of. It's kind of me in a nutshell, but early on, we attended the year-end meeting, and the numbers were all laid out and how we're doing on this and that. And I'm kind of a numbers guy. And I thought, wow, this is pretty early to be sharing all that information with someone, but it was plentiful. The people that presented it were right on target, and you didn't get left wanting that maybe I didn't understand that. They made sure you understood what was happening. That was quite a nice, comfortable feeling early, that we could see how the church was working just from the inside on financial type stuff.
It's transparency.
Yeah,
transparency is awesome. Yeah.
Great. Well, any last words you'd like to share with us for this ministry minute?
We're hoping to get more involved, to help as we are needed. It's been somewhat awkward these times. I mean, obviously, I was looking forward to doing more once I retired. And immediately went into lockdown with COVID. So I'm looking forward. I'm trusting this thing will pass. Yeah. And we will be ready to jump in as we are called.
I think the caution that the church is using is great. They're being very careful how they look at things and how they might roll things back out. And I think that it's really it really feels good and feels comfortable with that. The other side of the coin on that is leaves you feeling really good, really good on the care. And the Zoom meetings, absolutely. I'm surprised at myself. I'm taken to these things like a duck to water. These are great. I actually like them.
And he's not a techie guy.
Yeah. Nice to be able to go to church in your pajamas and just leave your video off, right?
No, we don't do that.
Well,
You still have to dress up.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, Mark and Edith, thank you so much for joining us and for being a part of our community. Take care and God
Well,
bless.
You're quite welcome,
All right.
and we are happy to be here.
but
All right.